Alright, is this thing on? Looks like it's on. Hey, kitty. The cat is back. This is What's Up, Dave. It's it's Wednesday, June 14th. It's about 5:30 p.m. I am doing this later in the day because today has been a day of cat stress. My cat Kate was at the vet for... Check it sound out here. 30 seconds. I was at the vet because she had an obstruction in her colon. Something called megacolon, which means she couldn't poop for several days, and this giant wad of hardened crap was stuck. And this is the second time it happened in a few weeks, so she had to go back to the vet and have it removed after the laxatives didn't work. I thought she was going to die. But she's back, and there's some medicines that I have to give her twice a day. That she's going to be on 3 different medicines now. She's getting quite geriatric she's 15 years old. She seems to be okay. I'm hoping that this goes all right. The other cat seems fine. He's in a good mood today. But it's kind of hard to do any work. But I did manage to go and get some lunch today with my friend Sid. And I can just show you that we went to a barbecue place nearby, a place called Riverside Barbecue. And I've been wanting to check out various barbecue places because I wanted to see what their pulled pork was like. So, let's see, here's a picture. That's Sid. This is what we had. So this is the pulled pork that I had. So what I was curious about was just how dry was it? And what was the texture like? And it was dry, but it was not... it didn't have that kind of powdery taste that I thought it might have. It was actually still pretty good. So I'm thinking that this must have been cooked to 200 degrees or so. And I was looking at what kind of meat was in it. Is there anything interesting? You can see all the fat that's sort of rendered into and helped lubricate it. If I go to the next picture, you can see it was not so dry that these edges here were not powdery. It's still quite moist. The smoky flavor was not very strong though, so it's really just meat that's been cooked until it got cooked all the way through. You can see here there's some of the bark there, but there's not a lot of flavor on it. So I don't think there was the rub. There was not a lot of rub on this. And then there was also some ribs I got there too. These were not bad. These were not cooked to the point where they were full off the bone. So, and then they had some brisket. Brisket was alright. I'm not sure really how to judge brisket. It was pretty firm. It was not moist, but it wasn't dry either. Here's a close-up of the pulled pork. And so I have these reference photos now to compare it when I do my next pork. But this is a piece of the brisket. You can see there's the smoke ring that I talk about. It goes around like that. It was not exceedingly smoky though, so kind of wondering what I should expect from this. It was way too much food though, so but I brought a lot of it back. In curiosity, let me see if there's any other pictures that are worth sharing. Here's a picture of the new bag that I got. You can see the lines of it a little bit more clearly. This is the grilled cheese sandwich I've been making in the waffle iron. That was the first one. It was 100 degrees out, so I tried to take a picture of that. That's it. I should clean the car. Oh, there's a picture of Kate. Kate before I brought her to the vet. She looked really bad. Some flowers that were outside. So that's really not a whole lot on show and tell. Here's Cat, if you haven't seen him before. Hello, kitty. You're being annoying. Let me try switching to the NDI view here for a second. And we can have a better look at Cat. We're going to have a better look at you, sweetie. Let's see if this works. It doesn't look like... Where's the NDI monitor? That's weird. What happened to the monitor screen? Oh, I had to switch a... Why isn't this connecting? It's just taking a while. What's going on here? I'm supposed to see a picture, and I am not seeing anything. I thought I got this working the other day. NDI journal doesn't seem to be recognizing the. Hey! I'll have to debug this later. Oh, it's on the wrong network because it's picked up in the fucking Wi-Fi. No, that should be working. This phone. I guess I'm having some network issues. Oh well. Oh, there it goes. It just takes a while to connect. But I'm still not seeing it here. NDI. Oh, it seems I've resized weirdly. That's not good. What good is that one? Oh, it's because I... No, that shouldn't... Why did it resize everywhere? I'll have to fix that later. I don't know why this resized... Oh, it's on the wrong window, that's why. It screwed everything up. Yeah, alright. Because this window here on the Macintosh, the Retina side is much higher resolution than this side of things. So I should make sure that this is always popping up on that. But here's a little... Hey, jerk. Why you knock everything down? That's not the cat that was in the vet. No, he's just going to hang out there. You have something to say? No? Let me turn off the low bandwidth here too. So I was noticing yesterday when I was checking the quality of the video that it was kind of ropey in the low bandwidth mode. Hey, sweetie. So I'm not sure. Like I'll probably have to like figure out how this works some more. But anyway, with that, let's get on to the work stuff. As I was saying, this has been more of a light work day. You know, now that the initial cat stress is done for the day, maybe I can do a little bit more work. But what I should do is at least finish up, fill out this the sheet form for the day. I had an idea for a new emergent task planner that would be less planned. So I've been toying with the idea of making something that is not about having a planned day. The disadvantage, well, although the emergent task planner is pretty good if you want to focus on a few things to get done and you kind of move it in with your day. The big drawback is you still have things that you write down that you have to do. Now, is there a way to get away from that model? And I think there might be. And it's what I call the fruit tree model of productivity. And what this means is, instead of having this factory ideal, which is like you have a process of you know the process. Every single productivity book talks about like defining your goals and take small steps and measurable quantitative results, and you know a step at a time makes nine, or you know stuff like this. Where in actuality, procrastinators such as myself, creative procrastinators, like our best work seems to just kind of happen by accident, and then you collect it. And so if there's a collection model of getting stuff done, if it didn't matter that you did what you said you would get done by the time you said it in the order that you thought you should do it, and still be productive, that would be the kind of ideal kind of productivity for me. And as much as the emergent task planner is good for providing enough structure to kind of color around the lines, it still does not achieve the ideal of supporting this fruit orchard model. So anyway, the fruit orchard model is this. So instead of the factory model in which you have the task, do, check off, the kind of a pipeline of productivity, the fruit farm model, fruit orchard model is that you have a bunch of trees that might drop creative ideas or might be ready to do something. So the idea is you walk around your farm, your fruit farm, and say, "Oh, okay, there's this project. Is it doing anything today? Nah." And you go on to the next tree, and then it's like, "How about this project? Is this one something I feel like doing today, or nah?" And then you might notice something like, "Oh, this I haven't even looked at this tree in a long time. It looks like it's about to bear fruit. So let's do something about this and collect this." So at the end of making your patrol of your fruit farm and then taking care of stuff that you happen to see along the way, you end up with some fruit. Productive results that were that day's harvest, and you put it in your storage silo, or you save it, or you do something with it, um, and that's productive. It's productive in a different way. So this is kind of the theory of it, and I've noticed that this is how a lot of the more interesting things I do get done. Sure, I can work on stuff that I write down, and with great effort get a few of the ones I get done. But most of the time I'm looking at things and thinking, all right, there's stuff I need to do, and I didn't get that done. And even though I'm an advanced to-do list maker in that I don't feel bad anymore about not getting everything done on the to-do list. I don't feel judged by it. Nevertheless, doesn't feel very good. It's not very satisfying, as opposed to just making a circuit, patrolling your fruit farm and saying, "Oh, how is this tree doing today? Looking good, or need some water, or maybe I'll just kind of pile some dirt on it and come back and see it tomorrow." So I'm trying to think of a form that would do that. And I'm thinking maybe of basing it on some memory palace theory and seeing how that goes. So anyway, over the next few weeks, hopefully I'll get to doing something related to that. That will be more about visiting a bunch of topics or a bunch of places that encourage action because you're in the place, versus having a bunch of more abstract tasks that need to be done in a particular order to make something happen. I think there's some happy balance there that could work. But anyway, let me just fill out this form. So I was up at 6. Is that right? No, that was around 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is when I picked up the cat. What time is it now? It's 5:43. I started this 12 minutes ago. So 5:30. Started What's Up, Dave. The rest of this time I did a little tiny bit of work according to my timesheet. And what did I do? When did I do that? That was about 10:15 to 12. This was work on finalizing port. The B's 2 port. I'm paying billable work. It wasn't very focused, but it got done. Then there was lunch until there was this is some other client work. This is related to opening up a firewall. So these are all work periods. I'm filling in these things and mark areas that were billable. And then this was lunch from about 12:30 to 2:30. I think I did a little bit more work when I got back too. Yeah, from 3 to 3:15. So this was just catch up. This was one last bit of work. And what was I doing between here then? I was I can't. Did I pick up Kate then? No, I picked up Kate here. I don't know. This was kind of Kate related stuff. I don't even remember what I did during this time, so I'm just gonna make my bubbles of confusion here. Up between this time, I don't remember. Was I up at 7? I was up fairly early. I could probably check the chat room and see. I don't know. I don't know what I did then. So, again, this has been kind of a light plan day. The things I tried to get done today were the Bees 2 stuff. Port, I think that's in a good place right now. And, picking up Kate. I'm still kind of in recovery mode from last week. I feel like I'd like to do some kind of code-related project so I can have some fun with this code base that I'm working on. I actually need to clean up the house too, because we're having an on-site here all next week. Write down these other things. 2024 goals. There's something I was looking at today. What was it? Static site. TPT remargin. I remember I was looking at Patreon stuff. There's a new website. They've redesigned it, I think. 2008, 2009 photos. Still missing those. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Ben arrives on the 19th or the 18th. Sunday is, so I think it's at 5 p.m. Yep, so if there's one stretch thing I want to do today, I see I can force myself to do some code. It's Port 1701. That's something I would like to try to do. Another possibility is visit the basement. Notice I didn't say that I was going to go do something in the basement, but I'm going to visit it and then spend a little bit of time there and see if I can move something and make something happen down there as part of my thinking process for doing this fruit farm style design template, or fruit farm style productivity form. And we'll see how that goes. So anyway, that's today's What's Up Dave. Not a whole lot of stuff going on. Pretty light day. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel more. It'd be nice to live stream some kind of design session later. I haven't done one of those in a while. So we'll see. I think I was feeling better. Hey, kitty. Meh. See if I can find Kate later on and see how she's doing. All right, thanks for watching. I'm going to count to 30 because I think that's as much time as I need to be able to ensure that the end of the stream doesn't get cut off. So, bye. This is boring. The cat's bored. Hey, kitty. I know, I'm just staring at this. Wait, what? No. What are you doing? All right, this should be enough buffer time.